Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another is the best film so far of 2025. And I'll tell you why up next at Mark at the Movies. Well, last night I had the opportunity to see Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another, and after early reviews started coming out that this was a masterpiece, and that word is thrown around a lot from the guy, the director, who directed Boogie Nights, who directed There Will Be Blood, it piqued my interest, but the trailers didn't seem like, well, a masterpiece to me. But I'm here to tell you that while this is not a masterpiece, this is certainly the best film of 2025 by a long shot, surpassing Weapons as my favorite film so far of the year. And I'll be totally honest, Paul Thomas Anderson is not my favorite director. I understand the genius of Boogie Nights. It's not for me. It's not something that I watch all the time. I've seen it maybe twice, maybe three times. There Will Be Blood is one of the great American films of the last 25 years. Some of the most iconic scenes and lines in any film ever made.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.
I mean, come on, man. That's unbelievable, right? But this film is fantastic. And it has, man, there's so much to dissect here. Well, what's the film about? Well, it's directed and written by Paul Thomas Anderson, based on a 1990s novel called Vinland, which was written by Thomas Pynchon. And it stars our boy, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro. It's an all-star cast. But really, to me, the two standout performances by far, this is Sean Penn's movie. Boy, do I love me a complicated villain. And Sean Penn plays this conflicted colonel in the film, military officer who's a wacko, who's just has these bizarre sexual fetishes and is conflicted on who he is. It reminds me of two of my favorite performances of all time. You have Ralph Fiennes playing Eamon Gitz in Schindler's List, which is the greatest performance in the history of the medium. And then, of course, you have Daniel Day-Lewis playing Bill the Butcher. Two complicated villains. And Sean Penn is added to that list. I guarantee you that Sean Penn will be at least nominated for Best Supporting Actor for his role in this film. It is spectacular beyond measure. And then the other really outstanding performance in here. Hey, look, let me clarify. Everybody's great in this. Everybody's great. But Sean Penn and Chase Infinity, who plays Willa, Leo's daughter in the film, who starts her appearance about right in the beginning of the second act of the film. She is outstanding in this film. And she's had limited roles. She's a young pup, and man, is she good in this. And give it up to Leonardo DiCaprio. That guy, everything he makes is not only must-see films, but they're always legendary films. Think about his portfolio in the last 10 to 15 years. Everything that comes out, it's must-see, it's Oscar-worthy. Whether it's Inglourious Bastards or whether he's working with Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. This guy just churns out A plus after A plus after A plus and then gets ignored because his work is so consistently fantastic. So Leo, great job, man. You are amazing. So why finally after 6 minutes into the movie, why is this movie good? Well, the movie is about a failed revolutionary group called the French 75, where Leo is in love with this woman, and she is a runner. And the whole first act is dedicated to how they start and they're successful with their revolution, and how it gets complicated and it ultimately fails. And flash forward 16 years later, Leo is this down on his luck dad. They're in hiding with this 16-year-old teenager. And this sergeant, played by Sean Penn, is coming for him. And kind of what happens. This film, it's funny. It's interesting. It's exciting. It never stops with action. The characters are interesting. It has deep meaning to it. And one of the things that I noticed in this film, about halfway through, I'm like, hey, the music never stops in this. There's always music. And whether it's piano music running in the background, or there's a soundtrack running with more of the exciting pieces until the end. There's a section in this with high tension, and all of a sudden the music stops and you hear chirping of birds, and it's delicious. It's perfect. And that is the ingredients that directors as chefs throw into their films just at the right time, just in the right place. Paul Thomas Anderson is a master director at the height of his powers, creating art that is wonderful. Now look, I'm going to have to see this again. Is this better than There Will Be Blood? No. Is it going to receive a Best Picture nomination and at least a cinematography and 100% a Best Supporting Actor for Sean Penn? Yes. Is it the best film of the year? Yes. I'd be careful with the masterpiece part of it. It clips along with the 2.5 hour run time, but it is a long piece. You have to invest time into it. Benicio del Toro is underused. He's hilarious. He embraces himself in the character and chews up the scenery, and I love that about it. And he seems to really enjoy his part, and he's hilarious. I want to bring up a little bit of piece of acting with Leo. There's this piece where he goes into a parent teacher conference, and he's kind of this, he's a single dad. He's, stoned out himself with drugs, and the teacher is expressing to Leo how wonderful his daughter is. And she's like, well, she's got it together. She really cares about her grades. And he just starts breaking down and crying. And I just started laughing because it's exactly how I would act as a dad myself. It's such a beautiful piece of acting from Leo. So yeah, One Battle After Another is a really, really good piece of filmmaking from Paul Thomas Anderson at the height of his powers. This is a 4-star film. It's really good. Run, don't walk, to go see this in the movie theater. It's a wonderful piece of art and a highly recommended time at the movies. Well, what about you? You gonna go see One Battle After Another? Do you like PTA's work? Do you like There Will Be Blood? Do you like Boogie Nights? Do you like Licorice Pizza and some of the work that he's worked on? Let's have a conversation in the comments. Let's talk about movies. Let's continue to go to the movies at Mark at the Movies.